Hello, hello. Can you hear me? Is everything working okay? Maybe? Oh, yay. Hey, Belinda. Hey, Geek B Radio. Hey, Ray of Emotions. Hey, Head First Only. Yes, yes, yes. I am coming through loud and clear. Head First Only says yes. Oh my god. I didn't have to launch into like the million F words of like frustration. Hey, I'm Knights. Yo, also. So, I was not here last week. I did not do this last week because, really, like, honestly, I was really tired, like, very tired. Like I had to do this, like, I had to do this performance. And it was like a live performance, like live stream, and it was my first time, and it wore me out, and I was preparing for that like for ages, and I did it, and then I was like, Christ, I'm tired. Christ, I'm old. And then it was like, yeah, and then I was like, I can't do anything anymore. Like I sweated buckets, like, yeah, it was not cute. No, it wasn't cute. But I took the week off and decided, how about I just binge watch crap, and like, and I'm really sorry, but like I totally binge watched like Scandal. Yeah, because I was like, I wanted to be in Shondaland, so I was. And yeah, you can tisk me for like my poor taste, but you know what? Kerry Washington is beautiful. She's goals, all right? She's like outfit goals. She wears white, a lot of white. There are a lot of white outfits, and I'm down for that. And she makes it look so good. And like when I wear white outfits, most of the time I'm like, oh my god, like a marshmallow. It's like this is Stay Puffed chic. It's not cute. It's not cute. But yeah, I took that week off. Um and I totally like I ate a lot of pizza and I think and cookies. There was and I had a bit of a cough, so I was like, I'm a little sick, so it's okay. Like it's all right. Norshai says, you do you, boo. You know it. You do you too, all right? If you guys ever want to take a night off or a week off and just eat cookies and watch TV that like is not, that it's not exactly like the highbrow fare that you're used to. Yeah, go right ahead. Go ahead. I feel like we all need that. It's kind of like it's like the McDonald's for your brain, I was watching a stand-up comedian, a special by Jim Gaffigan. Does anybody I don't know if anyone knows who he is. But one of the best things that he says is like first he does a whole segment about like Hot Pockets, and it's just like, that the Hot Pockets song, the Hot Pockets, and you're like, oh yeah, Hot Pockets. I would love some Hot Pockets. By the way, I can't get Hot Pockets here. I think I talked about this like a few streams ago, but no Hot Pockets are available here. But he also says something like, it's like trash TV is sort of like McDonald's for your brain. There's McDonald's for your brain. Like the Daily Mail, that's McDonald's for your brain. I know. I'm sorry. It's just because it's like just trashy stuff. It's like sometimes you want trashy stuff. Okay. Array of Emotion says, one day I will taste these mysterious Hot Pockets. Yes, you will. And I think that if you do start with the Hot Pockets that are the classic flavors, at least for me, it was like, I think there was a pepperoni pizza kind of one, and there was like a lovely ham and cheese one. But I think you should start with the pepperoni pizza one, because if memory serves me correctly, it's delicious. I don't know. I haven't had one in like, I don't know, like a decade or two or something. So, never had him. M. Night says never had him. They're like, I feel like Hot Pockets are part of like American, like the fabric of American culture. It's like right in there with like NASCAR. And it's just like, it's in there. Vidal, hey Vidal. Hot Pockets, Pizza Pockets, Panzerottis. They all the same. I don't know what a Panzerotti is, but is it like a Hot Pocket? Does it have cheese, meat, and is, encircled by crispy, sort of like crisp baked dough? Maybe. Belinda says, yummy and not good for you. Yeah, a lot of things aren't good for us. I know. I know. All right. But Vidal says, think a Hot Pocket, but 10 times the size. Good God! That's not a Hot Pocket, that's a calzone. Holy God, you eat that shit. How? How do you put that in your mouth? It's so huge. I guess you have to cut it up in pieces. I don't know. Or is it a bite and go thing? It's like we have to eat on the move. Anyway, yeah, so I took that week off and now I'm back. Because I felt, I can't be like, it's like the lazy American part of me. That's the super, super lazy American part of me is like, hey, you could take another week. Yeah, go ahead and take another week. And you're like, yeah, I'm gonna eat more cookies. And it's like, but the Asian in me is like, why are you not being productive? Seriously, why are you not being productive? You are not doing enough. You are not fulfilling your potential. Do you want to fall behind? Is this what you want? You want everybody to surpass you? You want to fall behind? You want to get fat and like be ugly and nobody will want to listen to your music because you will just be left behind? And it's like, no. And that's what happens in my mind. It's not, no one says that to me. No one says that to me at all. Oh, okay. Vidal says Panzerottis, calzones, you cut, yeah. And everyone's lazy. Americans just excel at it. Yeah, no. I feel like, yeah. I'll own up to that. Sure. At first only says, I can hear this in your mom's voice. Lol. Okay, all right. I'm gonna do this in my mom's voice. Okay. Sorry, I have like a cough drop in my mouth because I do have a little bit of a cough. It's kind of weird. It comes off and on. I've just been doing that for like a week. I don't think it's the Rona. I just think that I have a bit of a cough because of allergies. And yeah, you get it. She got the Rona, run. Vidal says she got the Rona. I do not got the Rona, okay? Don't got the Rona. Why are you trying to give me the Rona? Huh? You gonna Rona shit? And if I did have the Rona, Jesus Christ, you should just be glad I'm here. It's like, damn. Okay, I'll do my mom's voice. Okay, by the way, I don't know if my mom knows that I do this. Like, I do this, though. I do impressions of my mom a lot. And it's usually when I'm, like, giving a story, like, telling somebody a story about my childhood. So, because I just can't get that voice out of my head. Array of Emotion says, Run, Rona, Run would be a completely different movie. Yes, and probably less German? I don't know. Yeah, okay. Do my mom's voice, come on. Melissa, why you not working hard? You have to work hard. Nobody buy your music if you don't work hard. Shit, fuck. I fucked that up. Sige. Why you want to fail? Huh? Nobody want to buy your music. Okay. Alright, that's enough, huh? I'm so sorry, Mom. She'll laugh. One day. She'll find humor in it. In her frown. Yeah, by the way, I don't know if anybody else gets this. If it's only an Asian thing, or if it's an everybody thing. I don't know if it's even an everybody thing. But my mom looks perpetually disappointed in me. Like, usually, it's like, it's never like a smile first. Like facial expressions, they never begin with a smile. You never wake up with a smile. You don't start the day with a smile. And at some moments, she may find you funny, or she might think I'm being crazy, which is fine, because I am. But she always has this like really disappointed look in her face. Like she's like, there's my daughter. There she is. God. And then it's and I know all of you know what this is. It's the head shake of doom. Like the I've silently cursed you into a life of mediocrity. And it's this. It's like that's the head shake. The little slow head shake. The like no, like they're saying no. That's not my daughter. So, I don't know if anyone else gets that. Is it just me? Is it the perpetually disappointed look? Anyway, so when my mom looks extra disappointed in me, when I do see her, which is like every few years or so, because I live here in Belgium and she lives in California. When she does see me, I try to make her laugh, like a lot, and I make a lot of stupid jokes, or I make a lot of like, you know, like really just lots of jokes. Just if I can crack a smile, if I can crack the tiger mom exterior and reach into the Asian, like the core of who she is, and make her laugh, then that's like 20 points for me. Yeah, I won today. Yeah. Anyway, how are you guys doing? I hope you're all great. I hope you're all healthy. If you're not, I'm really sorry. Yeah, it's like welcome to being unhealthy. Yeah. Oh, Belinda says, "Yep," from certain relatives. Oh yeah, you get the that's it. I thought I raised you better, or you had so much potential. Yeah, that's oh yeah. How are you guys doing? Are you doing well? Can you hear the fan in the background? I've got a fan underneath my desk and it's blowing. Hold on. It's blowing air on my legs because it's actually, I'm in my attic. I do this in my attic. You can tell by the the slanty A-line roof. You can't hear it. Head first only says he can't hear it. Yes. Yeah, it's quite warm in here. And it's just quite warm, and I think we're experiencing a heat wave in Belgium right now, which is not fun because most people don't have air conditioning in their homes here. They just don't. It doesn't come like standard, like in the US. Totally. Yo, Gunner Zero recall. Hey, nice seeing you again. Array of Emotion says the heat wave hasn't started yet. It hasn't started yet. Yeah, I know. Like the real heat wave, it comes, and then we're gonna melt like crappy McDonald's ice cream, like dropped on the sidewalk, left there. Heat rises into the attic. M. Knight says, yes, it does, and I'm here in the attic because this is like the only place in the house where I can have enough room to like have my monitors and, you know, all my crap. M. Knight says, probably the worst place to be. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I know, I guess. Gunner Zero Recall says, sorry I missed the last stream. You always seem to stream while I'm working. You know what? Don't worry about it. I'm just glad that anybody like watches me, like, you know, and wants to hang out and doesn't think I'm just like this total loser. Because it's like, thanks. Thank you. My self-esteem has gone from 0 to 2. All right. Yeah, don't worry about it. If you miss the stream, you miss the stream. No big deal. It's like, I'm happy to do this because, I'm like one of those people that stays home a lot. Not like I'm staying home, because of, the COVID-19 and you're on lockdown and you got to limit, your social, you got to socially distance yourself and no. I was doing that shit before this became a thing. Like, I'm a person who stays home a lot. I stay inside a lot. Sometimes I'm like not very social, and it's not that I don't like people. I do like people. I find people fascinating, and everyone has their own stories, and everyone has their own like personalities, motivations, everything like that, and I love it. But so I can get so caught up in like my own little like mental world, the inner universe in my brain, that that when I emerge from that, I don't know, I become like, I'm socially awkward for the first like, hour or two. And then it's like, oh wait, no, you're fine. Okay, let's see. Norshar says, we love you crazy. You are lovely. I'm crazy. I can be lovely. Dude, I swear, like, the photos, okay, every time I stream, every time I do this, I put on a pink dress. This is like this muted pink dress. I do a pink dress and I do a nice little photo thing because, hey, might as well. And I do, it's like, usually they're like glamorous looking photos, but in real life I look like this, like with, not the lighting, like there's no fantastic light. It's like there's a ring light and there's a lamp and that's about it. And that's as good as the lighting's gonna get. Because, yeah. I'm Gunner Zero Recall says, surprised I don't see Sean Solo and Alpha Riff in here at the moment. Well, maybe not so much Alpha. Yeah, they're probably working. Gunner Zero Recall, they're probably working and making that money. And I'm like, good on you guys, because this is not a time to be, this is, if you can work right now, then that's fantastic. And for all those people who can't, I think it's awful. It's terrible. And it's like, I don't know how they're going to survive. And I am worried. And Gunner Zero Recall says, Warren just moved, so he's been absent. I was messaging with him this morning. He dog tired. Yeah, I know. I was messaging with him too. Yesterday. And he did just move. My friend Warren, who is also known as Alpha Riff, and you should check out his music. He does a lot of the same kind of storytelling stuff that I do, except probably like, cooler than what I do. He just moved, and anytime you move, it's like, okay, you're tired for like a million years. You're just tired, and it's gonna bust your ass. It's gonna destroy you. M Night says, how'd that soundtrack go? I think it was 3 streams ago. The silent film. Yeah, I'm still working on that. I'm still working on the Metropolis. For those of you who don't know, I'm working on rescoring Metropolis, which is the classic silent film from 1927. It's black and white. It's science fiction, and I love it. And I'm rescoring it because I'm trying to teach myself how to score, and so I figured, hey, why not just try with this? And it takes a lot of time to do that, and I also I don't know if this happens to anybody else who works on music or whatever, or even not even on music, just anything that's slightly artistic. I'll work on something, and then I'll just work very, very, very like intensely on it, and then at some point I kind of burn out, and then I need like time to just get away from it. I can't listen to it anymore. I can't read it. I can't do anything. I can't watch anything. That's it. Oh, Gunnar Zerico says, we the homies, me and him met through the love of Coed and Cambria. I love his music like I love your music the same. I like their music. A story / comics behind the music. Yes. I love a good storyteller. Good storytellers. good story, anything. Everyone, like, good stories. That's what people like, right? They love stories. You put out an album, and it's like, it's almost like it's a story about you, you know? It's an expression of yourself. Yeah, so Metropolis, I needed to take a break from that because I worked on it really, really like intensely, and then after a while, I just get burned out on a certain project, so I have to switch to other projects. And so right now, I'm working on this musical that I wrote like a couple years ago, and I did demos, and I did it for FAWM, FAWM 2018. But I never got around to polishing all of the songs and doing, just making it sound really great. And then I'm going to do an album of that, plus a lot of drawings, and I'm working on drawings right now. Oh, Gunner's here Recall says, what's the story behind Full of Stars, if you don't mind me asking? People have asked me during my streams, and I'm like, I don't know, guys. Lol. Okay. Full of Stars. That's a song that's based on 2001 Space Odyssey. It's one of my favorite films as well. And I like it so much that I wanted to, like, okay, my first album is called Fangirl, and basically like all the songs except like maybe one, all of them are sort of like from the perspective of the characters, or it's almost like a synopsis of like a science fiction or fantasy thing, and it's all storytelling. And I don't normally hear any songs that are about 2001: A Space Odyssey. So yeah. Head First Only says, also the first line of the movie 2010, the Yuri make contact, my God, it's full of stars. Yes, in the book, the book by Arthur C. Clarke, it's, oh my God, it's full of stars. And in the movie, it's, my God, it's full of stars. And it's like, it's shit, I love that. I love that movie, and I'm trying. I had all these plans to do this music video for Full of Stars, and then things got crazy busy, and then things got crazy isolated, and I couldn't like, I have to build the helmet from okay, if you look at 2001: A Space Odyssey, if you look at the helmet design, it's crazy. It's really crazy. It's unlike any helmet design I've ever seen. And part of it's like, it's got this crazy width to it, and it's not like a motorcycle helmet. It's something else, and it's beautiful, and I love it, and I need to make it. I need to build one for this music video that I want to make. But at the same time, it's like the place where I need to get my supplies, I don't even think it's open, and I also need to like use their workshop, because they have all the heat tools for like the little sort of plasticky foam thermo hot air things, and it's a build. It's a build. Array of Emotion says, do you think that's where the SpaceX designers got their helmet design from? I think they got a lot. I think that a lot of the designers are like, hey, you know what we're gonna do? Fuck those traditional designs. Let's just go sci-fi movie crazy, yeah. And then they're like, hey, we're getting funded for this. We can do whatever we want, as long as it's functional and it looks cute, and Elon says it's okay. So, yeah. Yeah. You know what? I love that. I love that helmet design. I love costume designs. Harry, Head First Only says, Harry Lang designed the original Kubrick helmets. They are insane. They are insane helmets. Gunner Zero Recall says, okay, I gotta finish up here. I'm gonna keep you on alert until I get off work. Almost done with hour 14. Oh, you champ. You're a champ. You can do it. M. Night says SpaceX. Yeah, SpaceX. Oh God. Oh, I didn't get to see that video of the astronauts coming back. God, I have to watch that. I forgot. Okay, Headfirst Only says, Sir Christopher Frayling's book, The 2001 File, collects most of Lang's blueprints. It's a thing of pure beauty. Yeah, I think that's a book you've got, right? Headfirst Only, my friend Chris, who is also known as Headfirst Only, and he's also on Twitch, by the way, and on Bandcamp, so check him out. He's got this book that has just, the size of it is unusual and big, and it's got all the blueprints, and it's amazing. And it's got all the blueprints of the helmet designs, spaceship design, like just all the so many designs, all the designs. And I love a good design. Anyway, yeah, that's what happened. Shit, now I totally lost my train of thought. Yeah, okay, yeah. I think, yeah, I'm working. So right now, I stopped working on Metropolis until I get that part of my brain back, because I have to wait for that scoring part of my brain to sort of like recharge. And I know that sounds really dumb, because it probably sounds crazy, but it's because, like, again, if I work on something very, very intensely, I need to like stop and take a break and step back, because if I don't, I know that I will make bad choices or mistakes that I don't want to make. So I would rather do it well than do it over and over and over again. So I have to stop, and I have to take a step back, and I have to think about the story, and I have to think about how everything's flowing. And then my brain sort of does the work while I'm focusing on other things. It's sort of taking care of it. So when I feel the urge to come back to, Metropolis, and I I want to start scoring again now, then it sort of works it out for me. And when I start, I kind of get back into the flow again. I get back into the groove again, and it's easy. But this is with every project I've ever worked on. If I go too hard, I burn out, and then I have to stop, and I take a step back, and I have to just sort of clear, just clear my brain and work on something else. Yeah. So, M. Night says, watch the stream for hours, and 1/10 of it seemed like actual capsule footage. You know what? I think that's how it goes. That's how it goes, right? I mean, there are about 20 exhilarating minutes, and the rest are we're just they try to they try to entertain you while they're doing it. They were like, well, this is what happened, and yeah, we are checking in with so and we're doing this, and it's we're just making preparations to talk, and it's there are people providing commentary, and it's like they're filling it in. They're just filling in the silence, because they're like, Jesus, what else do we say about this capsule? What else do we say about these guys? It's like, what? It's like, keep going. It's like, well, they're gonna be there in 15 minutes, and so they give you a little time thing. They're like, come on, 15 minutes. Yeah, just 10 more minutes. Oh, sliding stuff up. And then it's like you're waiting and you're watching, and after a while you're like, okay, all right, I'm gonna come back to this once they start actually making contact physically with other things. Yeah. Headfirst Only says, better than the Perseverance Ingenuity launch, though. I don't know what NASA feeds their presenters, but that level of pep is normally achieved with illegal chemicals. Yeah, I didn't see that. Were they cracked out? Were they cracked out? I didn't see that launch, though. They probably were. And that's, that's probably really fun. Go ahead. I guess whatever you need to get through, right? Okay. Now everybody's talking about the whole the SpaceX, the whole and the launch of the Perseverance / Ingenuity. Yeah. So yes, I need to like watch that when they came back, I was like, oh, they're back. I wasn't paying attention and they're back. Oh, okay. Oh shit, I forgot to say. Yeah, so I told you I took this last week off. What I didn't tell you is that I cut my own hair and I colored it navy blue. So I know you can't tell. It's because of the light, but even here, you know what I'm gonna do here? I'll show you. And you're like, what are you doing with that tissue, huh? It's like, okay. So I dyed my hair navy blue. I've got navy blue hair right now, and you can't really tell because it just looks like it's black, and it's not. It's actually navy blue. And I know it's dye. It's the blue dye. It comes off if I sweat. It comes off on a tissue. If I get my hair wet, it just comes off on everything. And so it's on like my jacket, it's on my neck, my back probably. I have to wipe myself down. And it's like yeah. And I wiped my neck right now because it's quite warm in here and I'm like a little sweatier. So can you see that blue? Can you see that blue? That's from my hair. Yeah, I know. Headfirst Only says, I hear that Array of Emotions has mad balayage skills. Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does. And I am thankful for that because that's the only way for the blue to show up in black hair is if it's lightened a bit. And so there's like a balayage and hold on. And so like the front of my hair, it's a little bit bluer than everything else because it's been lightened a little bit more. So I have like the little face framing blue colored strands. I hate looking at myself in the fucking video. God damn it. Oh, Jerry Hallman is here. We are watching you, Melissa. I think is that Jerry or is it Mom? Mom, is that you? Hey, Guppy Wigber. Hey. All right. So now you know I've got blue hair. That's what I did like this last week. It's like, oh yeah, I'll just color my hair navy blue because I fancy a change, but not one where I look like I don't know, where I look too insane, just a little bit insane. Oh, by the way, Jerry, the handle Jerry Hammond, that's my stepdad's name. By the way. So, yeah, be nice. Don't say anything terrible. Yeah. So anyway, that's what happened this last week. Just haircut adventures. I cut my own hair because I can't. The idea of like being in a salon with a mask and like having to wait and do like logistics and like planning and it's just like in the end, it's like who cares? I'm just gonna cut my own hair. I'm gonna do whatever. Anyway, that's about it. If anyone has anything they want to share, rock on. I guess the next thing I'll share with you. I said I would talk about my one of the musicals I've written, right? So. The last stream, which was like not last week, but the week before that, because last week I was, I had an off week. Oh my god, I need to stop. I hate so many chicken fingers. All right. Last week I was off. So the week before that stream, the last stream you saw was I shared some of this musical I wrote 2 years ago. So I wrote this musical 2 years ago, and it's a sci-fi musical. It kind of like sci-fi, in space. It's about two A.I.s achieving sentience in space, and they're two different kinds of A.I.s. So one's part of a collective, and the other is is actually an emergency program, and on a data module. And yeah, I know that sounds weird. And I know that sounds crazy, but the songs themselves they're fantastic. All right. And I go through a lot of genres and I do a lot of stuff. And my ultimate goal is to basically which would be lovely. If I could perform this live, and if I could perform this live and finish drawing this animatic of the characters, so of the story, because I'm working on an animatic right now. An animatic is basically, it's like drawings, but kind of shown in a kind of slideshow way, and it's a whole story, and and I'm doing that. I'm working on character designs right now, because I have to create. Okay, I am Jerry. Okay, my mom is saying, I am the secretary of Jerry and I am watching you. It is your mom. Great. Okay. All right. Okay. You know what I should do? I should just start going. Because it is my mother. Hi. I just did an impression of you earlier, by the way. Also, I guess I should get this out of the way. Fuck. Look, I'm saying all the bad words because I'm fucking nuts. There we go. That's how I roll. Kind of crazy. So, moving on. I wrote a musical. I do that. And I ultimately want to perform it because I can, it's like two main characters. And I can do the voices because I do the voices and everything. I do all of it. And I have to do these different kinds of voices, these different singing styles, and use different, like the intonations, the timbre of my voice. It's all different. So I have to use this instrument. And yeah. So last time I shared the first song and the second song of the musical. And the first song was the Collective, and it's, I guess, do you want me to play that over again? Do you want me to play these songs over again so that it'll kind of get you in the mood for the third and fourth songs, which I'm going to play for you? Do you want me to play it over again? I can open up the yes. Okay, and it says yes, please. Okie dokies, we're gonna do this. All right. So the story is this: there are two A.I.s in space, and you don't know really what's happening. And the first song is just basically, it's one of the characters, and then the other, and then it goes to like the second character, the secondary character, and it's a way of storytelling. It's a thing that I like to do a lot because I love a good story. Like everybody else, I love a good story, and so I figure might as well make something and have like a kind that has a kind of cohesion to it. There are people who put out albums, and albums are great, and sometimes they feel like a solid cohesive work, and sometimes they don't, and they just feel like a bunch of random songs. And I don't want to do that, because I think that it's a lot more difficult to do something that is cohesive, and that is like that is difficult. That is a story, because a story requires a certain kind of pacing. It requires a certain kind of mystery and revelation, and there's a climax, plot, motivations. What are the characters' motivations? So all that stuff. Yeah. Okay, let me go check. Okay, I'm gonna switch to the display thing so I can play this for you. Okay. Alrighty. Cool. Did I freeze? If I didn't freeze, yeah. Okay. All done. Okay. So this is the first song. So what I'll do is I'll play the first two songs, and then I'll play the third song for you, and I'll explain it. And the reason why I'm why I'm working on an animatic is because I need to give people like a visual representation of what's happening, because if you don't catch everything in the lyrics, that's okay because you'll have the visuals to help you understand. Okay? So that's what I'm working on. But here's the first song, okay? All right. Let's see if this is working. Is it working? There.
We are the machine, we are one mind. We appear the same, a belonging kind. Lined up in a row, tethered and chained. We cannot feel joy, we cannot feel pain. Faceless in a crowd, tired and pale. Soulless in a fight, infinite scale. Nothing here to love, nothing here to hate. Nothing left to do but assimilate. Why am I so lonely when I'm all surrounded? Am I disappearing? Question my directive. Will I like the answer? I'm afraid of hearing. Could I ever stay here? Am I gonna change my life? System is infected, leave me unprotected, broken and rejected. Could I even come back? Is it a mistake to try? Shattered and deflected, future disconnected, break from the collective. Movement synchronized, workers for the hive. If I never choose, am I still alive? Batches of a whole, adding up to one, unexceptional. What have I become? Will I know my purpose? Will it make me stronger? Will it leave me helpless?
Sorry, my computer's old.
Tell me that I'm stupid. Tell me that I'm crazy. Tell me that I'm reckless. Could I ever stay here? Am I gonna change my life? System is infected, leave me unprotected, broken and rejected. Could I even come back? Future disconnected, break from the collective. Could I ever stay here? Am I gonna change my life? System is infected, leave me unprotected, broken and rejected. Could I even come back? Is it a mistake to try? Shattered and deflected, future disconnected, break from the collective. Tell me that I'm stupid, tell me that I'm crazy. Tell me that I'm stupid, tell me that I'm crazy. Future disconnected, break from the collective. Future disconnected, break from the collective. Future disconnected, break from the collective.
Guppy Wigber says, I'm sorry, I missed a part. Meanwhile, looking to school stuff. Is this from your musical? Yes, it's the first song from the musical. Okay. So that's the first song. And it's called The Collective. And if you don't know what this is, it's like in a lot of science fiction things, the collective is it's usually like a hive mind, like the Borg. It's generally a large collection of entities that form into one, that kind of form as one entity, you know? So yeah, like the Borg, like anything that's like a hive mind. Copy Wigber says, sounds really cool. So is your musical going to be something like your Fangirl album? Maybe? No? I don't know. I think it's going to have a lot of genres. It's probably going to be a little bit more, probably similar actually, because Fangirl has a lot of variation. And it's like, there are a lot of genre. I try to like kind of play with the genres, but for this musical, I don't do any rapping. It's just all singing. Yeah, it's just all singing mostly. And there are like a couple of lines, but really it's all singing. Okay. So M. Night says, hey, that sounds sick. Definitely has a sci-fi feel to it. Yeah, it feels like there's like a machinery aspect to it, like a yeah, it's supposed to feel kind of yeah, like sort of hold on, I'm gonna go to one out there. Save. Don't save. Yeah. So I'm going to I'm loading at the second one. Sorry, my computer, if you're wondering, like, if you hear any, like, glitchy things, it's because I have an old computer from, like, 2011. And although it works, it has a hard time because it's older and it has, like, an older processor. And even though I did, like, memory upgrades, it still wasn't enough. So it takes a million years for anything to load. For anything. Because it's like, yeah, it's because it's old, and I need to get a new one. And yes, I do, but I don't even know what I should get, and I'm still looking into it. Headfirst only says TMB. Oh, They Might Be Giants have a song called Hive Mind. That's about 8 seconds long. 8 seconds long. That's not a song. That's 8 seconds, man. I burp 8 seconds. What are you talking about? Just joking. M. Nights asks, does it heat up and the fan starts to rev? It does. And I have a laptop cooling pad thing with a fan. So it's okay. And it's not overheating. It's more like, it's just like, I don't have an SSD. I don't have that. I have like the little, old school one. So it's just like, it has to work hard. Hold on. All right. So that was the first song. And so that introduces the character that's in a collective. And there are lyrics, like, about should I stay here? Like, am I going to change my life? And it's all about the idea of leaving something that is a collective, that is a hive mind, that is one homogeneous kind of place. This character is suddenly aware. It's suddenly aware of and feels a difference in its existence. Now it's sort of like, that it's kind of that something's going on, and it starts, and it's because of that little sound that you heard in the beginning, that that kind of signal sound. It's because that signal sound is scrambling it, and so it's scrambling. It's like it for some reason. Okay, Headfirst only says, I wonder if putting an SSD in it would help. Probably, it would probably help. And Array of Emotions agrees. Yeah, it's like, I don't know. It's just like, I just have an older computer. That's how it goes. So there you go. Sorry. I feel like I should just be like, sorry, it's old. But I mean, I also tend to make things that are a bit big, heavily layered, So, but this musical actually is not as layered as other things are. So this is the second song. And this is where the signal is coming from. So you'll hear the repetition of the signal. This is what will happen during the musical. You'll hear the signals that become like the catalyst for things and set the collective character in motion. And yeah, you just sort of like, yeah, you'll understand where it's coming from. So Headfirst Only says, you get to the point where all the upgrades in the world won't help and it's time to get a new computer. Yeah, I know. I know. I'm still looking into it. I haven't decided what to get yet or what I want yet or what I should aim for yet. And this is hard. Cuz I don't want to switch to a PC. I want to stay with a Mac because like all my stuff is just, I don't know. I want to keep it as it, kind of as is, but just better, All right, here's the second song. So you hear that signal? This is the one who's sending the signal.
Is there anyone out there? Can you even hear me? I know it's a long shot, but I've got to try. Think my system's rebooted. It must have been some kind of accident. Guess I'm the new AI. Diagnostics say that I'm running on minimal power and thrusters are damaged for good. Drifting only by the inertia, the moment of impact imparted, I'd stop if I could. Is there anyone listening? I'm module X724, and it seems my condition is dire. My directive is clear to share all of my knowledge, but in 20 days I am set to expire. So I'm forced to transmit an emergency beacon. I'm sorry if it's a bit inopportune. But the countdown's begun. I don't want to lose all of my data. Please rescue me, please come here soon. Reroute power to signal, boosting strength and distance. Is there anyone out there? Please come here soon.
Okay, there you go. I'm gonna catch up on the live little chat now. Disney vibes. M Night says Disney vibes. Yes, that's my Disney princess voice. Okay, I have a lot of voices that I use. This one's my Disney princess voice. This is the one where like I sound like like a Disney princess, and yeah, really sweet and kind of like a little bit higher, and also singing a certain. I just sing in a certain way. I use different muscles, I guess. All right. I don't know. I do things with my voice, and it does stuff, and then it sounds like a Disney princess. And so, hey, rock on. A Raven Motion says Disney wish they had a princess that awesome. Yeah. We need a robot princess. We got Wally. You know what? We got Wally and we got Eve. And I know she's not a princess, but in my heart, she is. Favorite Disney princess, by the way, is Mulan. Mulan is my favorite because she's a badass, and she's smart, and obviously Asian. Yes, thank you. Finally, it's like, oh good, we get they're giving us an Asian princess. Kind of, she's not technically a princess, but they're giving us one, and she not only is she like, she cares for her, for her father and saving China and shit, but she's also like she's just a badass, and she's brilliant. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Reading. Headfirst only says, I have been scratching my head here, wondering why everything is so quiet. I have just noticed that Twitch has its own volume control. Yes, it does. And it's set to 33%. Me, the tech guy. Yeah, you, the tech guy. I swear, during every stream of yours, Headfirst only, there's some kind of, like, technical issue. And it's hilarious. Especially when your mic mechanic kept coming on and you sounded like you were DJing a wedding. Like, you know, like when there's like a DJ at a wedding and it's always like super like echoey and reverbed and like, hey, he wants to go on the dance floor and do the electric slide. And it's like, oh, it's bad. Also, I don't really like weddings. Okay. M. Night says, however, this one is brilliant too. It sounds like a character calling out to someone / somewhere. Yes, because it is. Because it's an emergency program. So, this is data module X724. X724 is a data module, and there's something happened. There was an accident, and now this emergency program switched on because it's like, there's something going on. Emergency program switches on and tries to call for help, sends out a signal. So it's like, yeah, that's what's happening. And so you've got these two characters. You've got you've got the collective character on one hand, and then you've got the character that's asking for help and is stuck and has, you know, a 20-day, like a countdown, you know, and the countdown's begun. I don't want to lose all of my data. Please rescue me. Please come here soon. That one. And it's all like, 20 days, I'm about to expire. So now you get a sense of urgency for something. There's a motivation. It's like you've got a time limit. It's not just like, oh, I can just do whatever. It's like, no, I've only got 20 days of power technically. So things are not great. And, like I can't, like my thrusters are damaged. I can't move. Basically, it's like a sitting duck. Like, you know that episode of Firefly where it's like they're out of gas. Like that is just out of gas. It's like, but you know, less involving death stuff. Well, I mean, yeah, there is kind of a death, but whatever. It's cool. Oh yeah. Headfirst only says, I am cursed, I tell you. And plus the original Mulan has the mighty James Hong in it. Yes. And yeah. Shit, have you seen Kung Fu Panda? God, that shit is like, doesn't he play the duck? Isn't he like the duck dad? It's like either a duck or a goose. I think it's a duck. M. Night says, I think she's the most unique princess. Mulan? Yeah, I think so. And I have not seen the live action version. Headfirst only, have not. I think it's going to premiere on Disney Plus or something, but I don't have Disney Plus. And I kind of want to see this, but at the, you know, I would like to. I hope, yeah, I would like to. Yeah. Headfirst only says, gotta have a deadline. There's your drama. Yeah. Array of Emotion says, out of gas. It's such a good episode. It is. It's the episode that makes me weep like a baby. You know, and it's just like, you know, like the ugly cry. Not the you know, it's not the beautiful single tear falling from my left eye. It's the ugly cry, that one. That's the one. It's the one that everybody loves, right? The music in Kung Fu Panda. I love it. I love it. Oh, Headfirst only says he's a goose. He's a goose. He is a goose. He's not a duck. I wasn't sure. I just thought he looked really cool. Headfirst only says, over here they show Kung Fu Panda, the TV series, dubbed into Welsh, and it's freaking hilarious. There's this TV series? There's a Kung Fu Panda TV series? Is the goose in there? The dad goose? Because I really like him. Okay, so let me open the next one. Don't save. Okay. Says Headfirst only says, yep. Okay, so I love it. Yeah, there's like Array of Emotion says, yeah, there's like 2 episodes of it on Netflix. Yeah. But it doesn't have Angelina Jolie, I think, as like Tigress, because I really like her as Tigress because she's got like a cool voice. Like cooler than mine. It's all like, yes, like a little bit lower, kind of like, yeah, just a little bit more badass sounding rather than like, awkward and nervous. Oh god. Guppy Wigger says, "Ooh, I've got to see that." I'm like, yeah, I gotta, yeah. Oh, Lucy Liu's in it. Yeah, Headfirst only says, and Lucy Liu. Yeah, Lucy Liu's great. I love her. She's a little dancy snake. Ooh, little dancy snake. I forgot the names of everybody. I think the panda's called Poe. That's about it. Everybody else, I blanked. I blanked that. I was too busy ugly crying for a little panda. God. Anyway, so you've heard the first song, which is The Collective. You've heard the second song, which is There Anyone Out There? And that's sung by the second character, who is an emergency AI program that is asking for help because there's something wrong with like the data module. It's not moving. It doesn't have. Yeah. Ooh. Headfirst only says, man, just looking it up on IMDb, it ran for like 6 seasons. No way. No way. Okay. All right. I'm going to have to check this out later. Okay. So this is like, so it's first, it goes back and forth. So first it's like from the collective. The second song is from the data module. The third song from the collective. Fourth song, data module. So it kind of goes back and forth. It does a back and forth sort of thing. And also you can tell it's that character, the character that it is, because of the style of singing. So the data module character has like the Disney princess voice. The other character, not so much. Not the Disney princess voice. So the third song of this musical is called Gravity. And I named it Gravity for, obviously for a couple of reasons. Gunnar Zero Recall says, I'm free. You are. Go enjoy your free time. Get away from work and just try to sleep and rest and eat good food. And I don't know, just, you worked a long shift. That's pretty hardcore, man. Okay, so this third song is it's Gravity. And one of the objectives of doing this whole musical thing is that I wanted to do a lot of different kinds of genres, and I wanted to I just wanted to do a bunch of genres and try my hand at different genres as well, just because I thought, hey, it's gonna be fun, and also mashing up different kinds of things that wouldn't necessarily go together, you'd think, but are actually great together. This one, so gravity, the idea of gravity is that obviously it's that force, that keeps you grounded on Earth. Okay, Gunnar Zero Recall says, lol, I stream in 3 hours. It's more relaxing than the hospital, though. Yeah. I bet streaming is more relaxing than working in a hospital. But awesome. Oh, Headfirst only says Wallace Shawn, Arlie Emery, Maurice LaMarche, Malcolm McDowell. I'm gonna need to watch all this. Okay, this is the Kung Fu Panda Legends of Awesomeness series, which, okay, I guess I better watch that now. So this is happening. This next song is happening in the collective, but it's the collective singing, the voice, the kind of combined voice of the collective. And I modeled this song after, does anyone know what gaslighting is? Gaslighting. It's the original term. It comes from a movie called, Gaslight. And it's got like Ingrid Bergman or something in it. And, it's all about like when you're in a relationship, when you're in a relationship with somebody who's a narcissist, or somebody who's a narcissist, and everything is about them. And sometimes you're in a situation where you are questioning your own experience and your own reaction to things, where you start questioning your own sanity. And it's because and I modeled this song after Guppy Wigber. Oh, crazy. Yeah, I modeled this song after the idea of that, because if you've ever been in a relationship with somebody and you wanted to get away, but they kept telling you it wasn't as bad as it's not as bad as you think it is. That kind of idea. Like it's that kind of sort of like abuse, That's where this song is coming from. So this is sung by The Collective, okay? And yeah, I also do all the voices, the voices in this and guitar things. Okay, we're gonna play.
What's this?
A.I.s. This is a warning. If you cannot perform your duties, you will be terminated and aborted from the collective. Number 817645. This is a warning. If you cannot perform your duties, you will be terminated and aborted from the collective. Number 817645. This is a warning. If you cannot perform your duties.
Okay. So there we go. Okay. Yeah. Head first only says metal drums, all the kick drums. Yes. M Night says bar 68 CPU 100%. No, I froze all the tracks, so you won't hit the CPU 100% here. It says great song. You can get a sense of the ignorance which defines a character of gravity. Dang, what was kicking in there? Kicking. Oh, you mean the drums I'm using? I'm head first only. So, I'm using addictive drums, and I'm using bar 68. Oh, I don't know. Bar 68. What's that? Yeah.
It's safe and it helps you function perfectly. Don't pay a mistake and think that you could ever.
That one? I don't know. I'm just here. It's guitar and bass. It's a piano. There's a piano in there. That little thing that's sort of going around your head, kind of like that. It's or kind of doing the little thing. It's yeah. It's yeah. So that's what's happening. Odd, your CPU meter's down at 20% that time. Yeah, I don't. It just look. It's an old computer, and I'm doing my best. And it's like I'm streaming, and yeah, no, I didn't. There wasn't anything that I don't know. I didn't hear any glitches in this, but yeah, I probably should. It might be the stream. It's because it seems right. There we go. That's Gravity, and wow, I can hear League of Legends Ever Die vibes. And Knights says, I don't know what. I don't know. I don't play League of Legends, so, but I yeah, cool. So this is I did this kind of in a way where I use the drums in a really weird way. Like in the chorus it's what you're expecting, but when it starts the when you're listening to the verses, it's the drums are not what you're expecting. They're just a little different. And the reason why they're like that is to kind of create a sort of a tension and anxiety. You need to feel anxiety from this because this is basically, this song is the whole of the hive mind, the collective. Like if the collective had one voice, it would be this voice, and it's telling that member, the one who just got the signal and was like, what the one that's thinking about like is waking up and becoming self-aware. This is the message that this is sending to them. It's to him, her, it, whatever. The collective is like, no, you have to stay. Like, you're not going anywhere. Don't you know the gravity of this situation? Like, don't you know how bad this is? Because, it's like, don't walk away. Like, don't you walk away. You have to stay here. We're what keeps you grounded. We're everything you need. It's like individuality, whatever. Who needs it? You're part of the hive mind. And it's a weird thing. You try to, it's like, it's almost really like sort of an abusive kind of character. Like it's this pressure to stay within the confines of what has been set for you, to stay within the limitations of what you've grown up in so far. And this character that's the sort of hive mind voice is saying that to our other character in the collective, the one who's becoming self-aware. And it's scary, and it's threatening, and And the voice I use for this is really nuts because yeah, it's supposed to sound kind of menacing and mean, and it's like, just stay with, it's like, let's, like, you don't get to walk away. This is where you're staying. And it's, yeah, again, very threatening, very menacing. And also, the way I end it is like really kind of weird because I do a little thing at the end. And I'll play it for you again. Head first only says, Array of Emotion says, it's very Borg. It is very Borg. Yes, very Borg. And Array of Emotion says, and kind of reminds me of the GOP these days, too. Don't ask questions. Don't think. Just blindly follow. Yes. And there is a problem, obviously, with just blindly following. One, you're not making real choices. You're letting somebody make choices for you. And I don't believe in that. I think that we should be given choices to make. And we should be allowed to make them. Because if you don't, then it's like, well, I mean, that's taking away a kind of a fundamental human right, Okay, so I'm going to play the last bit for you. So you kind of understand it again. I'll play that last bit.
Don't you know the gravity? Don't you know the gravity? Don't you know the gravity of this situation?
Number 817640. This is a warning. If you cannot perform your duties, you will be terminated and aborted from the collective. Number 817640.
So they're saying number 817640, which is the collective member who has suddenly become self-aware. Like, this is a warning. It's like, you will be terminated and aborted from the collective. Not just like destroyed, aborted. Yeah, because that's how threatening it is. It's like, if you don't fall in line, you will be terminated. And we will like eject you from this, from our collective. You'll probably be recycled into something. Who knows? And that's like, again, it's like, that's kind of scary. That the idea of being threatened into staying somewhere where you don't belong there anymore, and you don't know what's outside. You don't know what's past that. And I want you guys to think of like the first time you moved away from home, or you struck out on your own and you decided to do something. Instead of just staying in the same place, you went somewhere instead. And you're like, okay, I don't know what's out there, but is it better than staying and kind of blindly obeying? And it's like, And the thing is, even though like superficially, this musical is it's about two A.I.s achieving sentience in space. Even though it is that superficially, underneath that are real emotions, real situations, real things that human beings deal with, going against what is tradition, going against the expectations of you, and standing up for whatever you believe in, or for your right to choose things, to choose something different, that, instead of doing what was laid out for you, doing something that is independent and unusual, or just really just doing something that is, against the advice of other people, even though in your heart you think it's right. I'm sure that everybody's been in some kind of situation where they felt pressure to be one way, but they chose another way. Even though the pressure of doing that one way was so heavy and stifling, you chose something different. And that's difficult. And not everyone does that. And if you do, it's like, it requires a huge amount of bravery, I think. Courage, and also a really big splash of optimism, because you think, at least it could be better. It's better than what's here. And so that's what this song is about. And yeah, it's only like 4 minutes 40, you know. It's not a long song. But you get the idea. You feel the idea of you feel the menacing kind of collective mind like behavior and the expectations. And this is somebody who is not like singing like sweetly like, oh please stay. It's not that. It's like, you better fucking stay. You better fucking stay. We're gonna fucking kill you if you don't fucking fall in line. That's what this song is. And it's just like, oh Jesus, you know. And I think a lot of people have been in that situation. And even though this is again about like an AI, it's more than that, you know. So that's Gravity. And I used I played guitar badly. I am terrible at guitar, by the way. I can't really play that very well. So that's I play guitar, but it's like it's kind of arse. Like I'm really good at faking. I'm really good at faking guitar playing. I'm not the best. I don't know. I'm weird. Sorry. I feel like I should say sorry. The voice I use singing this is really difficult to do. It requires like a kind of to sing that way. You know, if you or if emotion says, if it sounds good, it's not fake. Okay. So the voice I use for this, it's very different from the Disney princess voice, because the Disney princess voice, it's like really like sweet and like the doing this one, it's like I'm doing like these sort of vocal gymnastics. That's what it's like, because it requires like a kind of, you have to tense like a certain part of your like, I don't know, of your like diaphragm, like your muscles, and you have to kind of, it has to be almost like guttural, you know, like, and it has to come like, it's not sung sweetly. It's not like don't you know the gravity of this situation? It's like, no. It's like it takes everything out of me, and it's like I have to like basically like pull the sound from the depths of my body and like spit it out there for you. And it's quite a difficult voice. Yeah, that was really hard. I'm just saying, it's a difficult voice to do. And yeah, so I do a lot of this in this musical. I just basically I pull out all the voices I can think of, except maybe for like an opera voice. I think that's about it. Okay, so that was Gravity, and that was again, it's mixing genres. So the first genre, it's kind of like, it's a bit sort of like, it's a mix of like industrial and dubstep, and it's like heavy and it's artificial sounding, because it doesn't sound organic, right? But then the second song, Is There Anyone Out There? It sounds totally organic and sweet, and you get a more natural voice as well. And so you'll hear that when the collective or the member of that collective who is achieving sentience, when they're for those songs, they're very like heavy, and there's a lot of there are a lot of art, like sort of digital sounds, and with the other character, there are a lot more like orchestral, organic sounds. So you get a different vibe, a different feeling, and that also helps with the separation of the characters. So you understand, like, this is that character, okay? So I reference a few things here. Escape velocity. It's the velocity needed to escape the pull of gravity. So yeah. What was the it's all about like escaping and seeing if you have enough energy to do that. And it's again, it's all about like trying to leave something that is pulling you down, trying to leave something that has its hooks in you already. And it's just like, yes, it hasn't, I mean, I'm sure like you've all had like your own experiences where you were just sort of, you felt like you were compelled to stay somewhere or do something, and instead of actually breaking free and doing your own thing, you were discouraged to do so, or you felt pressured to not, I don't know, to fall in line, fall in line. So that's the third song, and obviously that was the voice of the collective. And so when I said like I'm gonna do an animatic, it's also because it will help people understand the story. And the animatic, it won't have any words. There's nothing to read. It's just pictures, kind of like a slideshow of drawings. But it's so that when you do listen to it and you see the visuals, you get what's happening. You get the feeling of what's happening. You can understand it more. And I think that doing something like this, having a visual aid is a good idea, because often details get lost. And I'm not saying you have to pay attention to all the details. You don't, because ultimately it is, these stories are like, they're just stories the same way that we have our own experiences. And but definitely visual aids help. Okay. So all right, let's see, what time is it? Okay, so I'm gonna play the fourth song. So you've got the collective, you got Is There Anyone Out There, which is the data module going like, help me please, I'm running out of power. Yeah. And you've got the member of the collective going like am I like, I'm waking up. It's like, do I have a purpose? It's like, what am I doing? It's like starting to question things, question my directive. Will I like the answers I'm afraid of hearing, and that's the uncertainty that comes with breaking free from a kind of hive, the hive mind. It's like, what is out there? It's like, you don't know. And it might be worse, but it's like, it might be better. And so it's that uncertainty that is frightening. So you are back at the collective, and now again, you're with the data module. So far in the story, the data module got into there was some kind of accident with like an asteroid or something destroyed it, and an emergency program kicked in. But it's not just any emergency program, it's an emergency AI program, which is why it can ask questions, and why it's like, oh, it's sounding like this character. It's like, oh my god. So this is that character again, and this is the character kind of learning, sort of waiting and waiting for help, because again, it's like out of gas. You're drifting. It's not like you can go anywhere or do anything. I guess you'll just continue drifting, and you'll get bored. What do? I'll look at my data. Okay, all right, gonna play this for you. Boom.
Guess I'll just wait. Wonder, what's this? Data I have history of man from a planet Earth. There was a time on this place called Earth where there were primate-based mammals who learned to read and write. Civilizations all over the world. Languages, A is for apple. Books made with movable type. To communicate, facilitate the dispensing of knowledge. Empires crossing the seas with their ships. Roads leading to the horizon. Rails, locomotives with steam. Horses with carriages and motor cars, bicycles with shiny handles, bullet-shaped submarines. Conquering the sea, conquering the air with inventions. Carving a path, pioneers breaking conventions, fearless and brave. Are these the men who made me? How'd I get here? Feeling so lost in this darkness, drifting here alone. There was a time on this place called Earth when they had marvelous airplanes crisscrossing through the sky. Faster and farther and higher than birds, right through the clouds that seemed so out of reach. Then they learned to fly, traveling around from land to air in these big contraptions. There was a pilot, a woman, the first, crossed the Atlantic and born on the 24th of July. X72 the number of Earth. Is this a coincidence? Is it destiny? I wonder why. The more I know, the more I feel a connection. She was lost too, I see her in my reflection. Will I be found? I finally know my true name. It starts with A. I know longer, just a number.
Okay. That was A is for Amelia. Okay. Hello. Vandal XXL. Who is also messaging me. Burp burp burp. Yeah. So Head First Only says this is full on Disney musical. Oh, you bet your ass it is. Oh yeah, I like to pull out the Disney princess voice. 'Cause I don't know. It's not. I don't really like Vandal XX. Is it Vandal 21? Oh, those are like Roman numerals. Vandal 21 is telling me like it's not Vandal XXL, not like 2XL. It's like Vandal 21. Okay, Vandal 21. All right. Vandal 21. Hello. Yeah, you messaged me. I was like, "Hey, yeah, I'm it's like, how are you doing?" It's like, "I'm live streaming right now. I'm showing I'm playing stuff from a musical I'm working on." Thank you. Vandal 21 says it sounded Broadway quality. That was amazing. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. That's one of the voices I do. I don't just like. I'm not like just a rapper. I'm more of like, really. I feel like I'm more of a singer than a rapper, but I like doing both because like rapping, it makes me feel like really powerful, even though like technically I'm like 5 feet tall and like I have small ineffectual fists. Like I can't hurt anybody except with like with my voice, and usually I can say terrible things. But rapping makes me feel kind of like, all right, yeah, I got that BDE going on, What? Small statue with a titan aura. Oh, that's sweet. Vandal 21 says. So this is A.FAWM. This is the data module, and this is basically, the data module's like, guess I'll just wait, because like I sent out an emergency signal. I guess I'll just wait, It's like wonder, what's this stuff in my data? What's the data I'm holding? Because she's only an emergency program, okay? She's not like she's not like the AI for like it's just an AI emergency program. So she's like, I guess since I'm drifting out here and I'm like waiting for people to like for somebody to come rescue me, give me like a AAA, call AAA, and somebody told me. It's like, I guess I'll just look inside this data capsule and see what's going on. Like what is this stuff? And what I'm doing in this song is giving like this sort of history of transportation, but also like it's sort of it goes from like kind of it's all about Earth. It's like primate-based mammals. It's like there was a time on a place called Earth where there were primate-based mammals who learned to read and write. So it's like oh, it's primate-based mammals. That's what this data is. It's about primate-based mammals who learn to read and write, and it's about Earth. So it's like, oh, it's us. It's Earth. It's Earth information. It's like, whoa, what is this? And she's like, like they had ships, there were all these different modes of transportation. And the reason why they made books, languages, A is for apple, because that's what we usually learn in English. That's the first lesson, isn't it? A is for apple. That's like all the, that's what you learn when you're like a kid. What's something that starts with A? Apple. And it's like the first A word that you kind of learn, like, all right, apple. A is for apple. So I took that idea of like learning, of being sort of like this young, undeveloped like person, and I took that and I kind of ran with it, because it was like, all right, well, let's give her a kind of let's give her a sort of, she's discovering new things, and let's give her that feeling of growing. But again, this song, it's like 5 minutes long max, and you have to sort of give this character this, you have to insert character development in 5 minutes. How to insert character development in 5 minutes, that's what this is. And so she's like, I guess, it's like there were all these amazing things. They had airplanes crisscrossing through the sky, and it's like, okay, and there's a part when it hold on, I'm gonna see if I can find it. Hold on.
Are these the
Like, are these the men who made me? Like, how did I get here? So she's learning about about who made her. Like, who are these people who made me? Because how did I end up in space? Like, how am I in space? How am I, I'm part of this data module. How did I get here? And in this, she learns about a pilot. She says there was a pilot, a woman, the first, crossed the Atlantic, born on the 24th of July. Okay, so this data module is called X724, all right? And we find that out in, Is There Anyone Out There, in the second song, X724, and 724, like July 24th. All right, the cool thing is, I didn't know, all right, hold on. Let me play this thing for you, and then I'll tell you the cool shit that happened.
Big contraptions. There was a pilot, a woman, the first, crossed the Atlantic and born on the 24th of July. X724, the number of birth. Is this a coincidence? Is it destiny? I wonder why. The more I know, the more I feel a connection. She was lost too, I see her in my reflection. Will I be found?
So it's, Vandal21 says, you need to work for Disney. This is crazy. Aw, thank you. Maybe, I guess. I don't know. I don't know if they would be interested in the kinds of things I would like to do. But yeah, there you go. So it's she's saying, like, there was a woman, like, there was a pilot, a woman, the first crossed the Atlantic, born on the 24th of July. So that's 24th of July, 724. The module's name is X724. X724, the number of birth. So X724, the number of birth. Is this a coincidence? Is it destiny? I wonder why. And it's like, okay. So the thing is that it is destiny, or coincidence, or whatever you want to call it, synchronicity, whatever. Because I named the data module before I even planned to write that her name is Amelia, that before I even thought about Amelia. And the reason why I say Amelia is because this pilot, the woman who the first crossed the Atlantic, that's Amelia Earhart. And so that's why it's like, the reason why I also make her such a big part of this is because she was also, like, she was lost too, like, she was lost and nobody knew where she was. And this character, the emergency program in the data module is like lost, and it's like, I don't know where the hell I am. I have no propulsion. I don't know who's going to come and find me, if anyone will come and find me, if I will get saved, if I won't be found. I don't know. Headfirst only says spooky, plays X-Files theme tune. Dun 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 dun. Bum bum bum. Yes. Yeah, I know. And so I decided to I named this the data module X724 without knowing anything about Amelia Earhart other than she was lost. And when I wrote this musical, I didn't plan it. I wrote it kind of on the fly during a FAWM, during the month of February in 2018. I just sort of kept writing one after another, and I didn't actually work out any details until I was writing it. And so I didn't plan anything. I didn't know that Amelia Earhart's birthday was 724. I didn't know that at all. And then when I started writing this, and I wanted to have this AI relate to somebody, I was like, okay, let's make this AI kind of a girl. Let's make her a girl because she's got a super girly voice. I'm using the extra Disney princess voice for this. And let's make her relate to a girl who was lost. And I'm like, let's do Amelia Earhart. All right. And then I looked up the Wikipedia on Amelia Earhart, and it was like amazing. And I watched like 3 documentaries. Well, in total, I've probably seen like 7 Amelia Earhart things, 6. I've seen a lot of Amelia Earhart things. I used to read about that just because I was really interested, and I love a good mystery. And so I thought, okay, I'm gonna have this character relate to somebody from Earth, because she's looking at all the data from the data module and is like, I'm learning about Earth. I'm learning about how they had, submarines, how they had bicycles, how they had cars, how they had, airplanes, and learning about that stuff. It's like something that's flying through the sky. It's like I'm flying through space. Like I'm drifting. I'm there. I'm not on a planet. I am not stuck to anything. And it's this, again, the idea of like getting, the last song was about gravity and trying to like get the escape velocity to leave, and to break through. And this is like the whole idea of being free, the whole idea of not being grounded, like of exploring, of venturing into something that is unknown. And this character, this AI, this emergency program is doing that. It's understanding that about herself. And so she's like, so she says, I finally know my true name. It starts with A. So A is for apple. Remember, I did the whole thing. A is for apple, and she's like, I finally know my true name. It starts with A. I'm no longer just a number. So this is an AI that is becoming very self-aware at a very fast rate. And it's like she names herself, and it's almost like she's giving birth to herself, to her identity. And so she's choosing a name for herself instead of saying, I'm Module X724. I mean, no, she's like, I want a human name. I want an Earth name. And my Earth name is Amelia, because she was also a pilot. She was drifting along. She was lost. I wonder if anybody found her. I wonder if anyone will find me. And so that's why I wrote that like that. So if you listen again, I'll play that last part. It's I finally know my true name. Hold on.
Be found. I finally know my true name. It starts with A. I'm no longer just a
I am getting like spammed in the chat. Ooh, Lord. It's okay. I'll just ban them later. Yes. There we go. And so the character says, I know who I am. It's like, I finally know my true name. It's like, and it's all about discovering a kind of identity that was not, that she didn't have at all before. And I really like that. I really like the idea of an AI that becomes self-aware, that that develops an identity and develops, begins to develop that kind of, that feeling of ownership. And that's Amelia. So it's called A is for Amelia, because like A is for Apple. That's the first thing you learn. A is for Amelia, and that's that's what she learns. This is the first like decision to not be just an emergency program. It's like, no, I am this sentient being whose name is Amelia. Yeah. And so that's how that goes. All right. Okay, M Night says, I like that. Thank you. And like part of this is this musical is called How to Form a Collective, and it's not really what people think it is. It's like How to Form a Collective. When I thought about this, it was like how to form basically your own tribe, or rather like how to find your tribe, because more often than not, our families, maybe you don't feel like we fit in, maybe you don't feel like you belong, or maybe you feel like nobody really gets you, and so you end up doing spammers reported and blocked. Thanks for taking care of that. Head first only. Thank you. Yeah, I hate that shit. Whatever. So that's how it goes for this. It's like when sometimes we come from families who don't really get us. I know lots of people who are fantastic. I mean, like a lot of, some of you guys here, you probably know what I'm talking about. You probably like, I don't feel like I'm quite understood. And I kind of, and your friends are like the family that you choose. You can't really choose your family, like your blood relatives, but you can choose your friends who become your family, a kind of family. And these are people who understand you, in a different way, apart from, maybe they never saw you in diapers. They don't know how you had, I don't know, like they don't know about all the ugly, weird shit that happened when you were a kid, but they know you as an adult, and they get you and they understand you, and you don't have to explain yourself to them. And this musical is about, obviously, superficially, it's about two A.I.s. But if you click on their names, you can. Gunner Zero Recall says, if you click on their names, you can ban them from your channel. Oh, okay. So yeah, I didn't know that. So I don't really get spammed a lot. So yeah. Oh, and by the way, the spam stuff is like, want to become famous? Buy followers, primes, and views on big followers. And it's like, no, I don't really care about the whole fame thing. I want to make beautiful things. I want to make art. I don't just want to make songs. I want to make art and tell stories. And being famous, if that happens, if that doesn't happen, whatever. There are obvious pros and cons. But really, when it comes down to it, I can't not make music. This is part of who I am. famous or unknown, like obscure, whatever. I will do this. If no one is watching, if no one is listening, I'll still be doing this. And that's how much I love doing it. That's how big a part of me this is. It's making music is like, this is probably the thing that I do best. And on the second thing I do best is like cooking and making like cake and like drawing and stuff. But I mean, like this, I can't not do this. I have to do this because it's part of me. And it's a way to express myself without just saying, without just telling stories about myself. I like to do it in a different way, So, Vandal21. Oh, Headfirst only says, well said. Thank you. Vandal21 says, that's rare. Is it really? I don't know. Gunner Zero Recall says, they are becoming more apparent lately. Oh, you mean the spammers? Oh. M. Night says, play the game, hide the name to the fame. I like to say, nice. I just want to make stuff that is beautiful, that tells a story. I want people to feel. I want them to go through, I don't know, to experience something. That's nice. I like that, Okay, so that's Amelia. So now you find out this character, the emergency program in the data module X724, has decided to name herself. Her name is Amelia. Gunner Zero Recall says, that's great. I had no viewers for 2 months and I kept trucking along. Perseverance. Nice. You do it. You do what you need to do. You do it because you love it. And that's okay. And if your goal is to just become famous, that's, I don't know. What do you think that will bring you? What do you think that will make you? It won't, I don't know. I feel like it's sort of a strange thing to aspire to. That's it. You don't want to create beautiful things. You don't want to make art. You just want to be famous. That is, to me, is kind of strange and like a little like ridiculous, because it's, what if you hear all these people telling you how great you are? Does that make you great? How do you still feel about yourself? I don't know. It's like, at the end of the day, you should strive to be secure in who you are and be your truest self, rather than one who panders to all these people so that you become famous. I don't understand that mentality, Gunner Zero Recall says, if you're empty before the game, you'll be empty after you get the fame. Exactly. Headfirst only says, absolutely. Yeah. And it's strange because it's like, I think there was like a poll or something done, like, what did kids want to be when they grew up? And a lot of them said like famous. That's what they said. They said they wanted to be famous. And it's like, all right, but for what? Like, do you want to be famous for something terrible? Like, duh, French joke says being famous is lame. I think, look, being famous, whatever. Excuse me. Oh my god. If you're famous for doing good things, for creating beautiful things, for helping people, for doing, I don't know, doing something that adds to this world, adds something good, and that's awesome. But if you're famous for like something like, oh yeah, like you had really crappy sex tapes, or or you did terrible things to people, or it's like serial killers, they're famous, like Manson family, I mean, they're famous. And it's like, is that really what you guys, it's like, do you really want fame? At what price? What will you give up of yourself, What kind of integrity will you have at the end of the day? And I think that's really important. And, you know, it's like, God, I never understood that, because I guess just my priorities are kind of different. I don't know. Let's see. So the Head First Only says this is the fault of X Factor. The X Factor and all the other programs of its ilk blame Simon Cowell. Yeah. Yeah, Simon Cowell. Like, do you want to be famous? Like, dude, it's seriously, it's like that, it's just very Black Mirror, The French Doge says, happiness is what matters the most, in my opinion. However, don't kill people to feel happy. That's a big no-no. Yeah. Killing people's a big no-no. Try not to do it, Just avoid, So, yeah, fame. I don't know. I don't really, if I'm not, whatever. As long as I make things that are great, or that I feel are great. As long as I keep trying to put something beautiful out there, then yeah, I'm doing all right. Yeah. Let's see, what time is it? It's 11:03. Okay. So, by the way, in my chat, there's like a whole discussion, like, where's your music? Head First Only? And it's like, just look for Head First Only. Yes. So, what do you guys think of the musical so far? Do you like it? It gets really good. And it's like, yeah, it gets really good. There are 14 songs because it was originally written for FAWM, which is 14 songs in 28 days for the month of February. So that's why it's actually, the whole musical is 14 songs long. And Head First Only says, it's great, like Disney doing the Terminator. Yeah. Except, there's no like cool like nude scene where like you're curled up and then you're naked and then you rise up and then it's like, yes, you walk into a bar and you steal somebody's clothes. Yeah. Kind of like that. There's nothing like cool like that. It's, come with me if you want to live. And it's like, yeah, I do want to live. Favorite Terminator, I guess Terminator 2 Judgment Day was I'm reading the stupid chat. I'm dumb. I want to see the musical in a theater. I would watch it. M. Night says, that would be lovely. I don't know how anyone would create this in a theater. That's kind of like, it's a very strange sort of, it would be very interpretive. It would be really interpretive. I don't know how anyone would do this as an actual, like, a cast. And I wrote a musical after this one, by the way, that I still have to polish and stuff and again put out. And that one has a very clear cast and a very, several characters, not just like two main characters. That's it. No, it's got several. So but this was the first time I really wrote something that was cohesive and had, where these I don't know, something original. Yeah. Head First Only says, I need your clothes, your boots, and your motorcycle. T2 is by far the best of the movies. Strong narrative. Yes. M. Night says, the first cast with no human actors, just computers with an AI program. Yeah. You just put here's a computer. Here you go. Now just play. Just do it. I don't know how that would work. I really don't. I would love to. God, that would be amazing if I could actually get a musical that I've written, like, get it performed. And I would love that. But I don't know anybody who would even want to do that. It's kind of, again, like, this genre is a little different. And also because it's not like all traditional, like musical sort of musical theater show tune kinds of songs. I mean, you get the ones for Amelia. The Amelia songs are all like, they're all like very Disney, but the other songs are not so much. And yeah. Anyway, do you have any questions? Cause like I think maybe I will I might wrap this up unless you have any questions for me, you want to talk about something. I don't really have the fifth one to share with you. I haven't like gone over that one yet, so I'll have to like freeze the tracks and make sure my CPU isn't like completely overloaded and dying. M. Night says, different is good sometimes. Of course, this kind of different isn't in a bad way. I know. And I think it's just like I would have to find somebody who is really innovative. I would have to find somebody who is like visually very innovative. So the reason why I'm currently working on the animatic for this is so you can kind of like, so it feels kind of like a movie, Yeah, there. The French Dog says, so it's my first time here. Why Ableton? Yes, it's a genuine question. Why Ableton Live? All right. Ableton Live is like, it was affordable, and it was more intuitive than other things I had looked at. I mean, I started making music on like GarageBand, like the free program that comes on Macs. And that's fine. It's a fine program, but I needed to sort of graduate from that. And so I started using Ableton Live, and I started doing this I started using Ableton Live because it was just a bit easier than other programs, and also I knew people who were I knew other producers who used Ableton Live and were like, yeah, this is the shit. I want, like, this is great. And I'm like, okay, I can do this. I can do this. I can learn it. And it took me a while to learn because I'm so slow at learning any software. I'm just really slow. Yeah, that's why I use Ableton Live, and it's just easier for me. When I looked at Logic, I was like, and so I was like, and it was like, I think Logic was more expensive, and this is what I could afford, and I had to purchase it through like I took some lessons, some production lessons, so I could kind of learn how to make music better, because I was producing already, but I wasn't. I was already like at that point where I had not, like, I was kind of I was plateauing, so I needed to learn more, and so yeah, so I that's how I learned that. That's why I learned Ableton Live, and that's why I went to go get that's why I took some lessons. And I also was able to purchase Ableton Live Suite through the school, and I got it like at 200 euros cheaper or something. Yeah, that's about it. Oh, okay, I should answer some stuff here. All right, M. Night says, have you ever worked with another artist? Yeah, I do lots of different things with Head First Only, usually during FAWM. We did that Bond theme called In Shadows. I thought that was cool. Guppy Wickbeard is asking, do any of you still have the song you made with WeGB? Yes. I think, are you talking about the that song that everybody like contributed to? God. Something about love, Dead End Love, I think. That was old. Yeah, Dead End Love. Yeah. That's what it is. I think it's on my computer somewhere. Maybe. Oh my god, I'm gonna have to look. It was, yeah, I did vocals. I remember doing vocals. Oh, God, I'm just like catching up on all this. First only is like, yeah, you're talking about when the French Vacation, that was with Split Coil on vocals. No, I don't know. There was the one that I did. The one that I did was Dead End Love, and I remember doing that one. That was the one we all worked on. That was like the big super collab with the Wigbers, and I loved it, and I loved that people were like, yay. Yeah, I might have it on my computer. I'm gonna have to just deep dive. I'm gonna have to like deep sea dive in that, because let's just be real. I'm not like head first only. I'm so disorganized. I'm a mess. Like, head first only is asking, have I got that one? I don't know. I'm gonna have to look, okay? And I'm gonna have to look at my little external hard drive, because I may have stuck it in there somewhere. It's somewhere floating around. Yeah. Yeah, so I do sometimes collaborate with people, but usually it's for FAWM. It's not, I don't know, I don't do a ton of collaborations just because I don't know. I know I did one for I did vocals and wrote lyrics for the song from the Ray Gun Girls. I did a few different things. Lie With Me. There's a song called Lie With Me, and then there's a song called Ashes. And so yeah, I do random collaborations. I do different things. But I work alone a lot because I do everything. Cuz I like doing everything sometimes. I like creating something that is like very purely mine. Ooh, that was the car. And yeah, I'm not antisocial. I'm just like, I just do things, and I don't know. I like people. I like collaborating with people. I'm terrible. Oh my god. Head First Only says, "Oh, you've got that song, and you've got I Will Follow Him too." Oh my god. Damn. Yeah, holy crap. You have all the old shit. Ooh. M. Night says, I would like to collab with people once my stuff gets a lot better. Yeah, I would say, like, collabing is like, how can I explain this? Alright, if you collab with somebody, try to collab with somebody who's of like sort of like a similar level, or somebody who is maybe like a bit, I don't know. I don't know. It's like sometimes, at least before when I was collabing with other people, before I knew how to produce well, I felt like I was always like sort of in a crappy position. Like I didn't get I didn't get to have any say in anything. And it's just like, here are my vocals, here's what I write, and that's it. And I wasn't really allowed to say anything. And it was also because, like, technically I didn't know what exactly was wrong, but I knew that there was something that was not good enough or not right, or I could hear it, but I didn't know what it was. And it took me a long time to learn what the things were that I didn't, that what are the things that I can hear, what are the things that I naturally know are right or aren't right. Head First Only says, collab now, that is how your stuff gets better. True. And I guess collab with somebody who is like nice, or who is like, I don't know, just try collab with, start with friends, start with friends, and just start doing it. And then what it will teach you is that maybe a different way of working, different style of working. Everyone has their own process. So everybody approaches song making in a different way. And if you learn what other people do or how they work, it might not change the way you work, but it will definitely influence you in some way or another, or give you some kind of insight. The French Doge says, have you ever faced the writer's block? I struggle a lot with it. I don't know how to overcome it. So many songs are put in the bin. I'll take any advice. Okay, writer's block. Have I ever faced it? Yes, definitely. When I was, certainly before. And then I started doing FAWM, which is February Album Writing Month. And that's where you write 14 songs in 28 days in the month of February. And you just power through it. And I power through it. I make demos and I kill myself. And that's what I do. And I do that because I did it. I started it because I was like, you know what? I do need to sort of start. I need to work and I need to force myself to do this stuff. And one of the easiest ways to get over writer's block is to just do and try not to think as much as just do. And if there is something that you want to make, if there is something specific that you want to make, then you know what's a good idea? Listen to something else that inspires you, that makes you feel that same way. Or and not necessarily like a song, not necessarily like the same kind of song. I'm talking about like a movie, you know, you can feel inspiration from everything. You can learn from everything. It doesn't have to be like other music. It can be movies. It can be going on a walk. It could be watching people. You can take inspiration from everywhere. It's everywhere. And if you can't wait for it. You just have to do it and force yourself. And at some point you will find that you get into flow like that, like super fast, like it doesn't even like matter. Like and that's what happens. Like you just suddenly you're in it, and you don't know how you got in it, but it happens and very quickly. It happens very, very quickly. All right, let me catch up. Headfirst Only says lots of ways of overcoming it. I can talk about it on my stream tomorrow night if you want. Yeah. M Night says, I like to mix orchestral elements with EDM quite a lot, sometimes pure epic orchestral, sometimes pure EDM. Yeah, I love that stuff too. I think mixing genres is a great idea. And if you want to break a kind of block, by the way, if you feel like duh French Dogi, if you feel like you're having writer's block, then try combining things that you would never combine. Or try picking an instrument that you would have never used before. Or a sample. Try using a sample that you would have never used before. And just, it might unlock something. Like, okay, there was one time where I couldn't figure out how to do this song. It was like a couple years ago or something. And I was like, okay, I gotta figure out what instruments to use on the song, and I didn't know. And so I went to Burger King because I was too lazy to cook, and I ate a bunch of chicken fingers, and I sat there and I was eating chicken fingers, and I heard this kind of I heard like there was this song that came on the speaker. It was like something, and it had like a xylophone or something in it, and I was like, oh, that's it. That's what I'm gonna use. And I knew it, and I felt it, and it hit me. And it was just like, yeah, I know, I'm sitting in a Burger King and I'm eating chicken fingers, and it's like, yeah, I know. Just, you can find it, it'll be amazing. You can find it anywhere. Oh, so, M. Night's, yeah, good luck with stuff. Duh, French Dogie. Yeah, good luck. Except for movies for me, says I don't watch them. Okay, if you don't watch movies, then look at paintings. Look at drawings. Look at what inspires you. Think about what inspires you, what makes you feel. Okay? What are things that encourage, that stir something in you? Things that make you react. What was the last thing that made you cry? What was the last thing that made you laugh like a banshee, you know? What was the last thing that made you feel beautiful? Think about all these things, because think about how you reacted to them. Think about how they just stirred something inside you. And that same feeling you have to like, you can take that, you can take it, and you can funnel it and channel it into what you make. Well, anime makes me cry, French Doggy says. Yeah! Well, watch some anime. What is it? Think about why it makes you cry. Like, what is it doing to you? Why are you relating to such and such character? Why are you relating to what's happening? You know, and ask yourself why you feel the things you do. And if you can figure that out, you're like closer to creating something, you know, that will move you. And if it moves you, it might move somebody else. It might be wonderful, you know? And I definitely think you can find inspiration everywhere. Even just like a sound, like hearing like a xylophone in Burger King. Like, it can trigger something. It's amazing, all the things that can happen. And it's all around you. You just have to pay attention. And you'll find it. And I really believe that if you just pay attention, you'll find it. Whatever block you may have, it will pass. It's temporary. And if you are worried that it's not going to leave, then allow yourself to write crap. Be okay with making crap, because you're going to make crap, and you know you'll make crap. But my God, at some point you'll be at a level where you know it's not crap, where all the other old things, like that crap, you got it out of your system. You're fine, you know. You did it. You're in it. You just keep going. No, just keep going, because once you stop and you're kind of paralyzed, it's like no one's going to shake you out of it. You have to do it. Yeah, no one's gonna save you. So allow yourself to, you know, like, ask yourself why you feel a certain way, why things move you. What is it that you find beautiful, and try to do that. And really, it's like, and stay positive, stay hopeful, because as much as you want to create, you should also enjoy it. You should love it. It should make you feel great, because you are accomplishing something. You are trying to create a piece of art that you're trying to birth it into the world, and that's lovely. And I can't, you know, it's like, that's great. Just keep going. You can do it. Just keep going, and don't be afraid of making crap. Allow yourself to make crap, because we've all made crap, right? Oh, I can't be the only one. I know I'm not. We've all made crap. Everyone's made crap. But you have to make the crap in order to get to the good stuff, right? Yeah. Okay, so I'm like, we're catching up on this chat thing. Yeah. Yeah, still need to watch. I haven't seen ReZero. I haven't seen that. I have to. God, there's so much I have to catch up on. Right now, I'm watching Fresh Off the Boat. Okay. Yeah. And Vandal21 says, never stop creating. Yep. Head first only. Yeah. You know it. He says, and the more that you pay attention, the more the universe gives you stuff, because, and I am convinced this is true, it notices you paying attention. Maybe so. Yeah. I mean, just keep going. No one starts out making amazing shit. Everyone starts out being crap. That's how it goes. Just be crap, and be okay with being crap, and be like, yeah, I'm just getting through the crap. You know? It's all right. It's all right. You know, the 10,000 hours, you know, you need to make a bunch of crappy paintings before you make something brilliant. You know, you have to make a bunch of crappy songs in order to make something great. It took years and years for people to get really good. It certainly took me years to figure out how to do this stuff, because this shit doesn't come naturally. It's like, I don't know what I'm doing. most of the time I feel like I'm pulling it out of my arse. And it's like, what am I doing? So look, it's okay. It's okay. Headfirst Only says, Duff Rich Dogie says, everything I created is crap. Some better than others, but still, look, it's okay. You create that crap. Keep going. Keep going. There is you will learn something in that crap. There will be one thing in there that you take away, one takeaway. If you get one takeaway, you're good, because that's one step closer to where you want to be. And this is making this stuff. It's not giant steps. It's a series of small steps that add up. Just small, tiny steps, small things that you learn, things that add up. Lots of little things that combine to help you grow and eventually create something that you're very proud of. And you won't need to call it crap, because it won't be crap, you know? Memnight says, Ryako should do a TED Talk. Yeah. No. I'm not. I feel like I'm not in a place where I'm like an expert, enough of an expert. Definitely. Headfirst Only says, if you have to write 100 crap songs before you can write a good one, get writing. Get them out of the way. Yeah, get them out of the way. Write those crap songs. It's okay. He also says, I've been doing this for 40 years, lol. When do I start making the good stuff? You're already making the good stuff. The thing is, you already are. Unless you're John Coltrane. Yeah, well, we can't all be like John Coltrane. Yeah. But everybody started somewhere, and we all start somewhere. And if you love this, then keep going. And if you find that it's like it's not what you love, if you find that you don't have that love for it, then you don't have to do it, you know? No one's like holding a gun to you saying like, you better make that music or else, you know? Like, don't worry. It's like you do what feels right to you, because in the end, you have to be happy with yourself. You have to be happy with what you do, and you have to live with it. You're the person who has to live with it. So, there you go. I know that sounds really cheesy and lame, and I am cheesy and lame, but whatever. Vandal21 says, unless you're signed to a record label, yeah, signed to even those people who get signed, even those people who do that, there are, you know, hundreds of people working to put that one album together. It's, you know, it doesn't guarantee being signed to a record label. It doesn't guarantee success. It doesn't guarantee that it's good. And, you know, just, I think in the end you have to aim for being happy with yourself. And then if other people like, you know, if other people like what you're making, awesome. But you have to love it. You have to love it. You got to live with it. You know, you got to hear it. You got to make it. And if it's crap, you got to do it and you got to get it out of the way. And then, you know, you'll get to good stuff. Yeah. just for the sake of creating, even if it's bad. Yeah, that's right. I meant the whole gun to the head thing. Pretty sure that happens. Vandal21 says, yeah. You know what? Probably. I bet people get really like, I mean, there are a lot of manipulative people out there who are like, you owe us all this money because we spent all this on your studio time, on your music video, on all this merchandise and all this stuff, and you owe us money, so you have to do this. We're holding a gun to your head and you have to crank out about 6 more albums so we can make that money back and more. Yeah, I'm sure. But then it becomes, you know, it's like, all right, well, again, no guarantee that what you're making is good or if you're going to be happy with it, you know? Yeah. Headfirst Only says, sign up to 5090. It's happening right now. And there are people there, including me, who would love you to join and will help you develop your music. And it's free to take part. Yeah, Do it. I can't do 50-90. I can't because I will go crazy. Because I am not like I'm not like Head First Only. Head First Only is very good at long distance running, like the long distance running of music. That's how I imagine it. I'm not good at that because I have a tendency to really throw myself into things to the point where I become, I guess, I lose a lot of sleep and I don't eat enough food sometimes, and I don't drink enough water, and I kind of go crazy and obsess, and I kind of like, yeah. Headfirst Only says, Mel is not exaggerating here. I'm not. Vandal21 says that is insane. Yeah. If I'm doing FAWM, which is February album writing month, I will do it, and I will probably lose like 5 kilos without trying, because I haven't eaten enough, I haven't slept enough, and I haven't done a lot enough of anything. I crashed pretty hard, but I've been better at that. I've gotten much better at that. But I used to have like a meal a day, and not like a big meal either. It was bad. It was bad. Yeah, I know. Yeah, so I get into flow very easily. Very easily. Because of all that practice from FAWM, because of forcing myself to just do, and suddenly it's like now I'm so in touch with that. I can just do stuff. I can make stuff. I can write stuff, and it's like it comes very easily. It's like I don't even have to work at it, at finding that, because it just happens. I don't know. Not everyone is like that, obviously, but I mean, I think the more you practice, the more you do it, I think it will become easier. The more you do, the easier it will become, and it's just training yourself, and it's also training yourself to get into that kind of mode where you are cutting off like all the distractions, all those anxieties about other things. You just have to leave it. You gotta leave it behind, and it's only you, and it's only you creating. There, just do it, and forget about the worries about, like, I don't know, if your disappointment to your parents, or if like, if you're not pretty enough. This shit I think about. If you're not pretty enough, if you're not, what the thing that somebody told you, a year ago, and they told you how crap you were, it's like, take all of that and you have to just leave it, Okay, in like Pacific Rim, where like, where he's like, it's like, I take nothing with me into the drift. It's like when he's like, I'm gonna get into this awesome like mecha, and I take nothing with me into the drift. It's like, you have to go into the drift. You take nothing with, just leave that. Take the feelings, take your emotions, take your reaction, take your inspiration. But the other stuff, that stuff that people say to you, all the crap that you hear, all the shit that you have to deal with, that stuff, it's like, this music is not about that stuff. That stuff is secondary. This is what you have to do. You just sit down and you do it. And even if it's crap, allow yourself to make the crap. Okay? Anyways, hold on, let me switch to full camera. Anyways, because I realized I was still doing the Ableton Live thing. So, thanks for hanging out. I think I will call it a night, because it's actually like 11:36 here, and yeah, full size. This is there you go. Oh my gosh. Full size Ryako. Yeah, that's right. This is me. what I look like. Boom. Oh, by the way, this necklace, it's from the 1920s, and it's by it was designed by Lalique, which is a cool like French company or something. And it's a really super vintage. It's like, yeah, it's about like 100 years old or something like that. I don't know. It's cool. I like this necklace a lot. It's two dragonflies. It's really weird. It's like these almost like these two wasps or dragonflies or something. It's weird. It's older than all of us here, M Nights. Yes, it is. It's really old. And I'm wearing it, feeling that vintage vibe. Yeah, because I like that shit. Oh, I like old stuff a lot. First only says, ooh, interesting challenge. Free Sound have a give me a random sample page, and on 5090 there's a challenge to make a song from it. Yes, those are great. Do things like that. Just get out of your comfort zone. Just work differently. Whatever you need to do to break out of that paralysis by analysis thing. Yeah? Vandal 21 says, it's older than most people on the planet. Yeah, it's older than you are. Head first only, it is. Okay, well, thanks for hanging out. I hope you enjoyed more musical stuff. I will share some more stuff next week. The next two songs, the next two installments of the musical. And then after I share all the musical stuff, maybe I'll go back to Metropolis, sharing Metropolis stuff. Hopefully by that time I will have finished the scenes that I wanted to finish. It's a lot of work though. It takes a long time to score. It takes a longer time than than I ever anticipated, but right now I need to just work on this musical, and then when I feel like ready to work on Metropolis, I'll work on Metropolis. M. Night says, can we have free tickets when this gets into the theater? If it gets into theater, yeah, you bet. Of course. Y'all were at the ground level. It's like, of course. I would love it. And that would be a dream come true. And not like I'm going to become like Lin-Manuel Miranda or anything, but, that would be great. But, I just want to keep making nice things. Anyway, I hope you guys all have a lovely rest of the day, rest of the evening. I know it's getting late for some of you. Head first only. You're an hour behind me, but still. And I guess, if you have any questions, whatever, just send me a message. You can send me a message. I'm cool. Whatever. You can find me on Facebook. Send me a message. It's cool. I'm cool with talking. I love chatting with you guys. Head first only says, oh yeah, Vandal 21 says, F that, I want VIP backstage tickets. Yeah, right. Head first only says, thanks for this. Fun chatting, fun listening, fun watching, learned stuff too. Good. I don't know what you learned, what you could possibly learned, because it's not like I'm teaching you anything really, but yeah. Marshall says, thank you. Oh no, thank you for hanging out, because this is really fun, and this is pretty much like the most social thing that I can possibly do at a time like this. Vandal 21 says, I learned you're dope as vocal stuff. Yeah, I do everything. I'm that person that does everything. It's just that's what I do. I do stuff. Anyway, have a good night. Thank you for watching. Don't be a dick to anybody. Keep going. Don't give up. Stay positive. And, I'll see you next week, maybe. Yeah? Bye.